I've interviewed a lot of people who are new to the home buying process to gauge their knowledge level about mortgage loans and what they wish they had known going into it. First-time home buyers often say that they expected the loan process to be more like buying a car. Here's exactly what you can have based on your credit, pick your plan, sign, here's the keys. But getting a home loan is different because you choose from a variety of loan types that come from all different sources. Not that you care where it comes from as long as you get a good rate, but they each have their own criteria which change all the time and can be affected by tiny factors that don't even become visible until your loan goes into the audit phase, called underwriting. Now the underwriter isn't going to talk to you, that's the loan officer's job. And that's where your loan officer's aptitude becomes clutch. Every situation is so nuanced that a change in finances from week to week can affect eligibility, as can the details of the home being purchased. That's why if the loan officer can be reached easily when questions come up and get back to you quickly with answers, that's a huge plus. And by the way, a bank or digital lending platform is not going to be great at that. Now, if you're highly qualified and actually have several options of loan type, all the more reason to be clear about your long-term goals for the purchase. That way you can save money where you want it most, up front or down the road, kind of like a lottery payout. And if you play your cards right, you're going to walk away feeling like you just hit the jackpot. Something to know about loan officers. They're not like typical salespeople because their job is not to convince you to buy a product. If you have a loan officer on your radar, you're probably already planning to buy a house, and an LO would not benefit from steering you that way if you aren't actually capable of buying. Nor would they benefit from selling you on a higher rate. That is not how commission works anywhere that I know of. When they give you advice, it's with the goal of getting you into a home that you can actually afford. So if your first instinct is to hit up a real estate agent and go house hunting, consider this. The agent is going to ask what price point you want to look at, and they really shouldn't be giving you advice as to what's affordable. So it actually makes more sense to talk to a loan officer first and figure out your price range, then go shopping. And when it comes to choosing a loan officer, most people go with someone that they were referred to or whoever Google suggests in their area. In most cases, you can start talking to a loan officer about the process without owing them anything. So shop around. If you go on snmortgage.com, you can see what states each of our LOs are licensed in, and I guarantee they'll be happy to take a cold call. Then when you're ready to buy, connect them with your agent, or if you don't have one, see who they suggest now that they know your situation really well. Or you can always go with the agent who gives each of her buyers a pie. Regardless, every time you put in an offer, the agent should pass that info to the LO so they can make sure everything's up to speed. They might even be able to put in a word with the seller's agent saying, hey, this is a serious buyer. I've talked to them, looked at their file, and we can make this happen. That's the kind of little thing that potentially makes a big difference. When you finally get a house under contract and you're waiting on the loan process to clear, your job is to keep your finances exactly as they are on paper. Your loan officer should give you something like this, a list of absolutely never do these things that could screw up your eligibility in a second, even if you've got loads of cash. And if you're a first-time buyer, the LO is going to watch over you like a mother bear to make sure that doesn't happen, because better safe than sorry. So how smooth can the process actually be? Well, if someone promises that it'll be completely stress-free, they're overpromising and probably under-delivering, because no matter who you are, you have to make some choices. You have to provide records and play by certain rules. But good communication up front and getting the required documents together early can save you a lot of hassle later and get you the best deal. It's going to be a lot more rewarding at the end if your LO knows what they're doing and fights for you to get the best possible mortgage loan. And then you can finally kick back and appreciate exactly what you have while your home appreciates forever, hopefully. If you want to start the process now or get some questions answered, follow the links below. And remember, we can help you refinance and restructure that mortgage down the road. You can check out the rest of our videos for more.